Alright, what's going on? It's Stefan here, back with another video. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can model any gun in Blender. So the first thing you're going to need is you're just going to need a reference image of whatever gun you want to make. So this is the one I chose right here. You can just search up whatever you want and then side view, and it should show up. Alright, so obviously you're going to want to open Blender. And first step is to delete this cube, so just press A, X, delete. And then what we're going to want to do is press 3 on the numpad to go into front view. And we're going to want to click Shift A, Image, Reference, and then just go to your desktop and select the image. Alright, from there, we're going to click G to select the image, and then X to move it back on the X axis. We're then going to click 3 on the numpad, and we're going to add a plane by doing Shift A, Mesh, Plane. Alright, so now that we have the plane, it's not showing up, so we have to rotate it. So we're going to click R, we're going to click X for X-axis, and then type in 90. Sorry, type in Y, 90, not X. Alright, so now what we're going to want to do is go into edit mode up here, make sure we're on vertices select. We're then going to click Shift on any one of these axes to deselect, click X to delete, and delete the rest of the vertices. Alright, so we're going to start off with the top of the gun. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pretty much outline the shape of it. So you're going to put the vertice there with G to drag it, and then you're just going to click E to extrude it, and clicking E to extrude, and just left click throughout the whole entire outline of the gun. So that's what I'm doing right now. Alright, so now we're just going to hold down Shift and select these two. Click M to merge, and then at center. And then we can just hover over a point and click L, and then click F to fill it. So then we can just click up here to go into X-ray mode. And what we can do is select it with A, and just click E to extrude it to the length or the width you want. So I'll make mine like that. And then we can click 3 again. Now what we could do is we can just work on this part up here. So what we're going to do is we are going to click Add or Shift A, and we're going to add a cylinder. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to click S to scale and just scale it down. Then you can click R to rotate and X for X-axis and type in 90 to make it completely sideways. And then we can use G to drag it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag it around here. Then you're going to select this, click E to extrude and S to scale, and then just scale it up. And then click E to extrude, and then S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale. Hover over it and click L, and then we'll just move it back and line it up like that. Select these over here, click E to extrude and S to actually you can leave it like that. Just click E to extrude like this, and then S to scale. Yep. We're then gonna do Shift A again and add another cylinder. And then what we're gonna do is click R to rotate, X, and then type 90. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to scale this down, use G, and just drag this over here. Then we can drag this in here and scale it, scale it Y, and then scale it down like this and move it back. Alright, so now we're going to select these vertices, use E to extrude, and then S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, and you get the idea. We're just going to repeat that. And then we're just going to extrude this out. And then we're just going to do E to extrude and S to scale again. And one more time. Alright, so now we can go out of X-ray mode. And we need to line this up, so we can just hover over it, click L. We could do this one first, actually. Or do both, yeah. And then we're just going to click G to center it right about, I want to say here. And then with this one, we can scale it down because we can see it doesn't fit. Just like that. And just make sure it looks centered. Alright, so we can see this isn't connected, so we have to. Alright, there we go. So this got messed up somehow. You can just move it back like that. Alright, so now what we're going to do is go into face select. We are going to click on the where the bullet comes out and click E to extrude. And just extrude it inwards. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back into 3 or front view. We're going to click wireframe. And we're going to go back into vertices select. Now what we can do is we can click on any point, click Shift D to duplicate it, and just put it up here. And then we are going to make an outline of the magazine. Alright, so now we can just select these 2 points, click M to merge, boom. And then you know the drill, click L to select them all, and then F to fill. Then what we can do is click G and X and move it like around in the middle, and then E to extrude it out. And it's not fully centered, so I can do G and X again to just make sure it's all centered. And there we go. So now we have that done. We can do this part right here, the handle. We're going to click Shift D, and once again we're literally just going to trace it. Alright, so as you can see right now, I have it all traced. I'm going to select these 2 points, click M to merge, at center, and always make sure that it's like going into another part of the gun so that it's not like separated. And then L once again, F to fill, and we can just line it up like this. Now, it's going to look a little like blocky, but we're going to fix that up. But just to finish, we just need this part, this part, this part. Alright, let's go up here, and we can just Shift D this, and once again outline it. Alright, we're going to merge this again, L, F, and then just extrude that. And then we're going to do a Shift A, cylinder, scale down super small, move it about right here, and then we're just gonna move it on the x-axis and center it, and then we're gonna just Shift D to duplicate that, place it here and scale it on the y-axis just like that, and then we'll move it down a little bit. And then, alright, we gotta scale that on the x-axis now, so S and X. And then we'll just scale it down a bit. And we can do, boom, move this up, and there we go. So now, alright, that looks good. So now what we can do is this part, once again, Shift D, and we're literally just gonna outline this entire thing. Alright, so we're just going to close this up, merge them together, and you guys already know what to do. GX this, and then we're gonna just extrude it out. There you have it. And the last part we're gonna do is the trigger. I think you guys know what to do. Shift D, and we're gonna trace it. Alright, so I got both of these parts right here outlined, so we're just gonna click L, fill it, and we can move it just a little. Extrude it out. And then with this, L, F, move it in with GX. And boom, just like that. So now we can hold down Z to go back into solid. And as you can see, we pretty much have our gun done, except we just have to add some texture to it. So what we're going to do is click 3, Z, and 4, or go into wireframe mode. Alright, so we actually don't need to go wireframe mode. We can go into solid mode, and we can just go to edge select right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to select these edges by holding down shift and clicking on them. Alright, so as you can see, I have both sides selected, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control B to bevel, and then just slide this inwards a little bit. That looks good. Alright, so now what I notice is this actually has to be a lot smaller, so we're just going to scale this on the X. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing for pretty much any part of the gun that you want. So you can do this part, you can do this part, you can do the magazine. Alright, so one more part I'm going to do is I'm going to do the handle. So we're just going to do the same thing. Select literally every single part. Alright, so we have this selected and this side selected. We're going to do Control B, bevel it in. Alright, and now when we go into tab to object mode, we can see how it looks more realistic. Obviously, as you do this, you're going to have to make changes. Like here, I see that this needs to be more small, so I'm just gonna select them, or select this part specifically, and we're just gonna scale it down. And there you go. So we can go back into object mode with tab, and we can see that looks a lot better. Anyways, yeah, you're just going to want to clean up the rest of the gun pretty much by beveling the edges, adding any extra little details if you want to. And yeah, that's how you pretty much make any gun in Blender. If you want more videos like this, more tutorials, make sure to just leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll make some more videos. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all.